Welcome back, action lovers and K-drama family, to Turk Talk. Up until this absolute breaking point, Manager Kim, Han-soo, and Jin-cheol have fought not just as teammates, but as an absolute, unshakable brotherhood. Together, they have transformed every single impossible gauntlet, every ambush, and every corrupt corporate trap into a resounding triumph through their lethal black ops instincts and extraordinary martial arts mastery. They were completely unstoppable when fighting side by side. However, Chairman Gang Chan, the criminal mastermind behind this entire nightmare, finally realizes a terrifying truth. He discovers the one battle he can never win through sheer physical force, hired hitmen, or heavy weaponry. Realizing he cannot break these legendary operatives on the battlefield, Gang Chan chooses instead to strike directly at the core of their humanity by abducting the very children these men would sacrifice their lives to protect. In one single, astonishingly ruthless move, Gang Chan turns their greatest strength as devoted fathers into the absolute sharpest blade forged against them. By holding their children hostage under time-sensitive death threats, he places a psychological gun to their heads, demanding a horrifying price. They must turn their weapons around and betray Manager Kim before time completely runs out. Look at the narrative brilliance here. Gang Chan isn't just trying to kill Manager Kim anymore. He is trying to destroy the emotional trust that holds this invincible trio together. He wants to force these battle-hardened fathers to choose between their own children's lives and the brother who stood by them in the trenches. Every passing second in this finale preview becomes another direct step towards an inescapable abyss. But if Gang Chan believed that taking their children would break their loyalty, he severely miscalculated the bond forged in blood. Compelled by an unbreakable pact, the three fathers reject the trap of betrayal. Instead, they stand shoulder to shoulder, pooling their tactical genius to launch a full-scale assault on Gang Chan's heavily fortified headquarters, determined to outrun fate itself. What follows in this preview promises an explosive, cinematic collision of desperate resolve, brutal close-quarters combat, and absolute, unwavering brotherhood. Look at the choreography previewed for this finale. The action moves away from standard gunfights and dives deep into raw, visceral, bone-crunching hand-to-hand combat. They are fighting with a completely different level of intensity. When a man is fighting for his own life, he is dangerous. But when three elite Special Forces operatives are fighting simultaneously to save their children, they become an absolute natural disaster. They tear through waves of elite mercenaries, proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that the bond between them cannot be broken so easily by corporate extortion. Yet despite this heroic rally, a terrifying, haunting declaration overhangs the entire preview. Someone must die. This ominous line casts a deep, dark shadow over the finale, leaving us questioning who will make the ultimate sacrifice. Throughout the series, Manager Kim has never feared becoming the monster others perceived him to be, if it meant keeping his loved ones safe. He was always ready to lay down his life as a tragic martyr. But the preview hints at a massive emotional evolution in his character arc.
After witnessing Minji's fragile state and realizing what her future would truly look like growing up without a father, Kim can no longer mistake self-destruction for true salvation. He knows that dying isn't saving her, it's leaving her alone in a dangerous world. So rather than simply walking into death, Manager Kim devises a genius, high-stakes tactical maneuver. He places himself directly in mortal danger as the ultimate decoy. Look at this sequence from the preview clips. Kim intentionally exposes his position, drawing every single enemy unit, sniper, and strike force toward himself in an open courtyard. By turning himself into the single biggest threat on the radar, he creates a temporary blind spot in Gang Chan's defense grid. This allows Han-soo and Jin-cheol to seize the only microscopic window of opportunity to bypass the main security forces and reach the inner holding cells to rescue their children. It is a suicide run disguised as a tactical distraction. When this final battle reaches its absolute breaking point, Chairman Gang Chan is forced to face the horrifying reality of his actions. He built an empire on money, political leverage, and cold fear, believing that every human being has a price or a breaking point. But as Manager Kim stands before him, battered, bloodied, yet entirely unbroken, Gang Chan discovers that the single greatest mistake he ever made in his life was underestimating the sheer, terrifying strength of fathers who refuse to lose everything. This preview for episode 10 has set the stage for what might be one of the most emotional, action-packed finales in modern K-drama history. Will Manager Kim survive his decoy strategy, or will this finale end in a heartbreaking sacrifice? Drop all of your theories, finale predictions, and thoughts in the comments section down below. I read and reply to every single one. If you enjoyed this full breakdown and want more high-yield drama commentary, hit that like button, subscribe to Turk Talk, and turn on that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the finale recap.